What we're going to do today is look at a investigation involving quadratic equations. One of the best uses of these type of equations are looking at profit, loss, and costs of companies. So for instance, if you were to run your own company, there might be many parts that go into manufacturing things. All sorts of things from machinery to the assembly line to workforce, and then the end to producing and then getting the stuff on the road. Now the workforce will cost you money. There will be other incidental costs like transport costs. And of course there is always costs of that will not be expected in any company. But altogether, when you produce something, there will be costs involved, and to produce a profit, the money you want back for those items that you produce has to be greater than the costs. So what we want to look at here is something called profit. Everybody loves to make profit. We know that profit occurs when the revenue that you get for an item that you want to make is greater than the cost it takes to make that one item. For instance, if your revenue is $10 and your cost for making something is $2, then your profit will be 10 minus 2, $8. If you purchase something, or your revenue is 300 and your costs are 150, then your revenue will be 300 minus 150, which is 150. If your revenue is X and your cost is $3, then your profit will be X minus 3. Nice and easy. So profit equals revenue minus cost. So here's our first question. The publisher of a medical newsletter estimates that with X thousand subscribers, its monthly revenue and cost in thousands of dollars will be. So we've got two formulas here, one for revenue and one for cost. And X is going to be let X equal number of subscribers, and this will be in thousands. So if X works out to be 10, then that will be equate to 10,000 subscribers. So what we're going to do here is you're going to work out the profit model. So you're going to work out what the profit model is. And we know that profit equals revenue minus cost. And what we're going to do is prove that the profit equals negative 0.21x squared minus 12x minus 163. So that is your first task. Prove, write down and prove that profit equals that. The next thing we're going to do is try and find the vertex of this function. And after you've found the vertex, find the two x-intercepts. And the best way to do that is use the quadratic formula. And the third thing you're going to do is sketch the graph. And it doesn't have to be great, it just has to be a real estimate of the graph. Remembering that things like x cannot be a negative number here, because you can't have a negative number of subscribers, but you can have 0 subscribers, so the graph needs to have everything. And of course with things like negative 163, you're going to have to draw it to scale, and that would mean that you just have to condense everything up. So three things we're asking for this is vertex, x-intercepts and graph. Similar type of question. All right, x is the number of units being made, cost equals that, 1600 for 1500x, revenue equals 1600x minus x squared. So go through the same problem and do exactly the same three things. Find the vertex, find the x-intercepts, and then find the graph. And the x-intercepts should obviously try and find using the quadratic formula again. And the last part of this investigation is the level 7-8, and it's a demand-supply question. So you're on your own, and try and find out the best values for P and Q.